regular person doing their job. There's a lot more people out there and citizens that's heroes.
This county came together. Nobody thought about themselves. Everyone got together and thought about what could we do to save these people and put the county back together.
When Helene's floodwaters rushed into Cocke County, first responders answered the calls for help, risking their lives to help people trapped in floodwaters. Anchor Sam Perez joins us from Newport this morning live with part of the Swift Water Rescue team. They did such good work that day, and I'm sure it's something they'll never forget, Sam.
Absolutely. Getting to hear some of their stories today has just been absolutely incredible and so inspiring. It was a big team effort. So I'm joined by a few different people today, starting with Captain Jonah Clevenger. He is with the Newport Swiftwater Rescue Team. Now, you were primarily focused on rescue from the ground. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, ma'am. So EMA Director Joe Esway had called the Newport Fire Department to activate our Swiftwater team. He had sent us to Hartford Road, and Hartford, Denton Road, and Honor Way makes a triangle. And inside that triangle is a trailer park with many houses around it. So that's where we started our ground recovery for some of those personnel. So we made entry into that triangle. In the center of that was an island. So as we made our way down to the interstate, we had to cut a path with chainsaws to get our boat down to the water. And so we went from the first house we saw. First house we went to, there's a lady and her daughter, small daughter, under 3. We went and eddied in the back of the house, and eddy is a safe zone in the water. So we eddied our boat in there. We got them loaded in the boat. We go to the house number 2. House number 2 is one of my favorite rescues that I went to. We'd beat on top of the trailer with a hammer. Boom, boom, boom. Is anybody in there? Call out. We didn't hear anything. We'd go to the middle of the trailer, bang again. Boom, boom, boom. Anybody in there? Call out. And we heard a voice, hey, I'm in here. So we heard a voice. We go to a window we can see, and there's only about 6 inches of the window left. It's, up to the shoulder deep inside the house. We get to the window, and I look in. I hunker down and look in, and there's an older gentleman, probably in his 70s, and all I could see was the top part of his shoulders. He had overalls on, and he had a cowboy hat on. I remember the cowboy hat. And I said, hey, sir, are you alone? He's like, no, I have my dog. Can I take my dog with me? He was real concerned about his dog. And so I look in there, and he had taken his dog and sitting on the mantle. Like I said, this man, he'd been standing in the water for probably 4 or 5 hours, just standing. I don't know how long, but when we got there, he was standing there, and I asked him, I said, sir, you're going to have to step back. I'm going to have to bust the glass. And so I bust the glass, I pull him out, I get the dog in the boat, and then we move to the island. So that was one of our second rescues, parts on the ground. And then the air come later in the evening to help with the last of the victims when we were out. So we were glad to have Danny Ray and his team to come and help.
Yeah, and Lieutenant Reese, you were responsible for that air rescue. Can you tell us a little bit about that? It was a little bit unexpected.
It was, as we'd come in from doing ground rescues, we'd went to the fairgrounds. Joe Esway picked myself and Sergeant Williams to get in the helicopter to go recon to see how to get people to these people that was trapped. While I was there, we just started rescuing people, pulled them off the roof and all. And then our last rescue, I believe, was where Captain Jonas was in the Denton area, was able to hover and land there actually to get the people on the helicopter.
Wow. And so you were there then, Ewok, with the aftermath of it. So what was that like?
Starting the day after, I was riding on the MRAP with Captain Oakes. I was the rescue swimmer off the MRAP if that needed to happen. And we made our way into Fugate Road along the side of the French Broad River. And we came up to where there was water still across the road. And we stopped, and I was like, I'm going to get out in front of the MRAP. I'm going to walk in front of the MRAP. I'm going to sound the road with a paddle. That way we make sure the road is there as the MRAP comes through. And then we started moving supplies into the Fugate Road area to the church there where people had water, snacks, food, etc.
Oh man, well, definitely a team effort from a lot of different ways, a lot of different locations. Thank you so much for waking up early with us this morning. We're going to send things to break now.